What is going on, guys? I'm Mr. 486, and guess what today is? Today is Arms Day, which means I finally get my first curse. And I don't know about you, but I just can't fucking wait. She's a beauty, and I'm gonna go out and just test this bad boy out in Crucible. I don't care about none of this crap. I'll come back for that some other time. Now let's take a quick look at just what this gun can do, because in my opinion, it's just another version of the Hawk Moon with its range and impact and stability. It's damn near the same exact thing, honestly. They practically made it to the point where you have to look down the sights in order for the perks to work. Like the first curse, precision kills while aiming down the sights, increased range and stability until the next reload. And then your typical triple tap, nothing fancy. And then these other perks, they don't really add anything fancy. I just went for the increased reload because honestly that was the better way to go. It didn't really matter all too much which one you pick because they don't do anything huge anyway. They don't increase stability as much as I would like it to. And its main perk is called Deadeye. Bonus to range, stability, and movement speed when aiming down the sights. So yeah, like I said, they kind of basically made it to you have to aim down the sights. I haven't really tried hipfire accuracy yet, but that's only because all the perks, again, they practically make you aim down the sights. And I don't know if any of you all remember from year one when you could just use the last word to cross map people with a slow rate of fire instead of just holding down the trigger. This is basically that. It's a scout rifle. It's the Hawk Moon. It's the Ace of Spades. It's really freaking amazing, honestly. Honestly, in my personal opinion, the only difference between the Hawk Moon and the first curse is the Hawk Moon's got holding aces and luck in the chamber, whereas the first curse has neither. It's mostly just for aiming down sights in specifics. They both feel relatively the same when you're aiming down the sights and you're firing. They feel really similar, actually. I think the Hawk Moon might be slightly heavier. If you want to compare these two side by side, I would preferably go with the Hawk Moon. The Hawk Moon just has it's got better stats all around. It's got a better rate of fire, better range, better stability, better reload, and it's got a bigger magazine, and the perks alone make it stand out. The only difference is the impact. The first curse has a higher impact, but not by much. It doesn't make up for the rate of fire, and I guess the range is made up for with the Deadeye perk. But I mean, this is just my personal opinion. I'd still go with the Hawk Moon over the first curse. But honestly, I've only had this gun for a couple of hours. It's still in freaking beta testing, okay? If you're looking at the stats, it's kind of hard to choose. Honestly, it's really hard to, I guess, explain, and for me to make you understand the similarities between these guns, it's really hard because they're so similar, and unless you've used both of them, there's no way for me to explain it, and there's no way for you all to completely understand how closely related the Hawk Moon is to the first curse. But I personally couldn't tell you which one I enjoyed more, the first curse or the Hawk Moon. I'm kind of enjoying the Deadeye perk on the first curse. It kind of gives it its own little uniqueness. It just makes the gun extremely unique. Because of the Deadeye perk, it enhances the gun incredibly, because I'm not somebody that hip fires often. Unless I'm sitting there shitting my pants, I aim down the sights. The Deadeye perk kind of makes it like a scout rifle, because it normally, the farther away your opponent is, the less damage it'll do. But with the Deadeye perk, it kind of eliminates that. It kind of makes it so that you have such a huge amount of range when you're aiming down the sights, you don't lose that little bit of impact. And you can just steal a few kills from across the map, or if it's a 1 versus 1, you're good. But I've noticed that anything where it's more than just you and one other person, you're definitely screwed. And I say this because pulse rifles are such a huge thing in the Crucible now. It's, especially with the No Time to Explain coming out yesterday, everybody has that. Everybody's using it. Everybody's also using Nerwin's Mercy. It's definitely going to be hard getting used to it unless you've already got a lot of practice with the Hawk Moon, because again, they're so freaking similar. It's insane. But I can definitely see this gun being huge in Trials of Osiris, just simply because In year 1, Trials of Osiris, everybody wanted to just sit back and cross-map people with thorns. And I can definitely see this weapon being the same thing. I can definitely see it being in the top 5 of the weapons people are using in the Trials of Osiris. Everything from Red Death, No Time to Explain, Nerwin's Mercy, and the Hawkmoon, of course. Because all of these guns are so... They're freaking amazing for the Crucible. Their perks outstand everything. Especially the No Time to Explain. You probably will never have to reload again in your life if you're a good shot. And Nerwin's Mercy is just a... It's another goddamn messenger, and if you remember from last year, messenger was way too overpowered. But the biggest issue in Trials of Osiris was cross-mapping, especially with the Thorn and its burn. That's why the Thorn got nerfed in the first place, was because the burn was way too overpowered and you could just two-shot somebody and run away like a little bitch. With the first curse, it's definitely 3 shots to the head and it'll kill somebody. And like I said, the range, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I've been getting crits all day long. And I can see everybody in Trials of Osiris running around, sitting at the top of the map or in corners, just waiting for you to poke your little beady head out. And instead of using a sniper, well, they'll probably use a sniper too, but they'll use this to finish you off. It's just... I can already see how it's going to go, and if that's the way it's going to be, people are going to find new ways to break the game, and of course they're going to nerf it. But I kind of wish they would buff it, give the gun more of a stability perk or even damage, that way it's on par with the Hawkmoon. The magazine doesn't really mean much to me, and the stability is fine, but I kind of wish we got luck in the chamber or something along those lines to make it fun-er, I guess you could say. But, I mean, it's a great gun as it is. But the most important thing I can say about this gun is, like most hand cannons, they're all mid to close range. This one is more of a mid to long range. If you're getting really close and personal with people, you're gonna lose. This gun does not have the rate of fire that other hand cannons, pulse rifles, auto rifles, or scout rifles do. It's one of those guns that you're going to want to sit back, relax, and wait for people to come say hi. But that's where the range comes into play. Most auto rifles or hand cannons don't have the range that this weapon has. The Hawkmoon may have it, but as it goes farther and farther, it loses its stability, where with the Deadeye perk, it does not. And that is why this gun would be amazing for long range Trials of Osiris or skirmish matches. When you put the Deadeye perk on it, it gives the gun something the Hawkmoon does not, and that's the range and accuracy combined, making it a little more overpowered at a longer range. But this brings me to the end of my video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. I'm Mr. Fool 86, and I'll catch you all next time.